Good morning to one and all. I am Santosh Kumar Sahu, Assistant Director MSMEDI Cuttack. On behalf of MSMEDI Cuttack, I welcome all the participants to this webinar. And from the very outset, and let me tell you that we are going to organize a series of webinars, and those who are interested to participate further in further webinars, they can contact us. Friends, let me tell you that this webinar is of two parts. One is inaugural session and another is the technical session. So inaugural session, let me introduce our panelists as well as guest of honor. So in the inaugural session, we have with us our director in charge, Sukant Kumar Sahu sir, director in charge. I heartily welcome our director, Sukant Kumar Sahu sir. Then we have SK Kaura sir from CTTC Bhubaneswar. And in the technical session, we have Chinna Raju Ji Naidu, Deputy Registrar of Geographical Indication Intellectual Property Right Office, Chennai. He is also joining from Chennai. Then we have TK Raut sir, Deputy Director or Director in charge, Ministry of Textiles, Government of India. Then we have Anita Sawat, Managing Trustee, Odisha Trust, as well as Director Sawat Export on GI, Odisha. And recently, Madam book is published. Madam, heartily congratulations for that books also. So, friend, this is a very good concept, that geographical indication and its commercialization. We know that GI tag is used to identify good having unique and special character and originating from a definite geographical area. And so far, 366 product, nearby 366 product already registered in GI registry, and out of this only 17 product from Odisha got the GI registration. So while working in the government department, I got lot of scope to visit different places of Odisha. What I observed that there are a lot of potential product which are eligible to become GI. And secondly, second point, I got the opportunity to visit different state of Odisha also, different state of India. And I observe when you go to Kerala or somewhere in the south countries, if you ask for Darjeeling tea, it is available. But the moment you ask for Pipili work of Puri Pipili work, it is not available. So we have some technical expert. They will guide us that how the potential product got GI register, how this potential product got registered in the GI, as well as how we will commercialize our GI product and will reach the online platform as well as the foreign countries also. So in that concept, I would request our Director Sukant Kumar Sahu sir to proceed further. Dr. Sukant Kumar Sahu sir.
Santosh Babu, is it full and visible?
Sir, your screen is not visible, but your voice is audible. You please put your camera on. Hello?
देखा गला?
सर कैमरा आपका ऑन नहीं है, कैमरा आपका ऑन है नहीं, किंतु सुबह जाऊँची ठीक से। आप सर आपन कोहंतु सर आपन का वॉइस पूरा सुबह सुबुची ठीक से।
बढ़िया ठीक है। Good morning to all of you. In this webinar, indications and commercialization. On behalf of MSME Development Institute, Government of India, CTTC Bhubaneswar, Textile Committee, the Registration Office Chennai, and the Odita Trust and Director of Sawat Exports. I once again welcome to dignitaries and panelists in this webinar on the geographical indication and its commercialization. We are always associating with the different and our sister concern organizations, CTTC Bhubaneswar, And we are having the series of programs on this IPR intellectual rights, and this is third edition of our series program. The first time we are invited to textile committee, Sri T.K. Raut, the in charge from textile committee Mumbai. Since the geographical indications, the registrar of is locating at Chennai, and we have invited Sri Chinnaraja G. Naidu, the deputy registrar of geographical indications office from Chennai. And Madam Dr. Sabat is working a lot on the GI activities, particularly in the state of Odisha. And we are also associated with the trust, and she has expressed his concern that we are not conducting this specifically on GI products and GI benefits, and how the stakeholders will get the benefit of GI advantage, uh, benefits from the government of India, and other benefits available for this scheme. In fact, under this intellectual property, and we are having different tools. That patent, trademark, copyright, and GI, of course, is very important feature of intellectual property right. And in the brief introduction, Babu, of course, the coordinator from our, he was expressing that there are a number of, particularly now 17 products are registered from the state of Odisha. But can consider that the GI, and how we can recapitulate, and how access these products into marketing, domestic marketing, but also in the international marketing, and how we can bring these artisans to the limelight, how these products can penetrate in the international market, so that they can fetch a good amount. And definitely, we are having some products, and that technical people express and also elaborated the things. Um, Recently, our this Kandhamal Haladi did close to CTTC Bhubaneswar, who was doing exceedingly well, and they are also empaneled some others also. And of course, there was a that Rasgola, Odisha Rasgola, and Bela, and we have already succeeded the milestone. And in the next day, a few days, we see that a number of products will again registered under the GI category from the state of Odisha. Since GI registration authority is here, and they have um, the and the potentialities, opportunities, the government of India benefits, and how we can support, provide support to these beneficiaries, so that they can go ahead with their products, and they can do very good market, they can fetch their amount from the international market. This is our concern, and hopefully this webinar and the participants will acknowledge the number of things, number of series of objectives set by the government of India, and even the government of Odisha. Though we are having some government of Odisha, and the advantages, benefits available in the different schemes. Definitely, the technical experts will highlight those things, and hopefully, the participants in this webinar will get the benefit out of this. Thank you very much.
Very much for your presentation. Now I request Dr. S.K. Kora sir from CTTC Bhubaneswar. He is connecting to us. Sir, please. Now over to you, sir.
Very good morning. Namaskar. Jai Jagannath. Thank you very much for inviting me for such an exciting platform and for an exclusive discussion on geographical indication, which is a very essential component of the discussion in the state of Odisha. And with due regards to all my esteemed panelists here, especially Mr. Naidu from GI, he is a veteran deputy registrar from the GI registration office of Chennai. He is always very much supportive for all kind of assess, any kind of queries, any kind of clarifications. We ask, he is very supportive. Thank you, sir, for being in this platform. And also, I am very much thankful to and also welcome and thank you very much, Mr. Rauts from the Ministry of Textiles, Department of Textiles, who is also as an esteemed panelist. And Dr. Sahu and team from MSMEDI creating continuous efforts to make IP vibration, to make the Odisha as an IP vibrant state. And especially Dr. Anita Sabath. I'm a bit overwhelmed to say that the GI lady for the state of Odisha, who is always passionate and thinks something how to take the GI as to create a brand image for the state in the national and international market. Her efforts, her passion, her sincerity with due diligence is taking the things to right. Thank you, ma'am. And today, within very short time, I'm going to talk about the power of the brand value to the geographical indication. Many times, though geographical indication, you understand, we are sometimes either willingly or unwillingly, sometimes because of some force, we tend to go for the GI application. But why don't you get the value of the GI? That is the biggest challenge for us, and what are the issues and the challenges? And it's not merely getting a GI tag is not the end of the task, but how to create a great commercial value, how to make a strong brand for this is really the important challenge that can really benefit to the farmers, the artisans, and the producers at the grassroots level. A brand, it can be a logo or a symbol or even a slogan, but above all, it is an identity and the reputation. So a positive image that we want to keep in order to move forward. A brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. You are reputation by trying to do hard things well. That is what, when you talk these kind of things, the definition of the brand, the purpose of the brand, and how to connect to our GIs is an issue. As we all know, a visualize, we believe that an infinite list of the elements can influence our brand. But nowadays, the companies want to create a strong brand that will be immediately identified. Brand means it gives a direct visibility of your product, quality, characteristics, uniqueness, and its identity with respect to the locality or the company's loyalty, customer loyalty. So branding process is therefore used to help companies define their values and essence and establish a positive image, familiarity, and recognition within the marketplace. So building a strong brand awareness and loyalty is vital to the success of any business. So we lack in creating this kind of a success, business success for the GI protected the brand because of the lack of the branding of the products, lack of the branding of the GI tag what we have gained against a lot of efforts. So the products are made in a factory. That is a saying, the products are made in factory, but brands are created in the mind. It gives a very strong image and impression. If people like we will listen to you, but if they trust you, they will do the business with you. People want the brand, once they listen to you, they trust you, they understand your product, quality, reliability, safety, and they feel comfortable to use, and it's also economical, then they will love to use it without any hesitation. So brand is the single most important investment you can make in your business. So now when you talk about the GI, what rights does the geographical indication provide? We need to understand. As you know, the geographical indication rights enables those who have the rights to use the indication to prevent its use by a third party whose product does not conform to the applicable standards. And the type of products can be applied for the geographical tagging, like the foodstuffs, wine and spirit drinks, agricultural products, handicrafts, and industrial products. The details of the discussion will be discussed by our veterans, GI panelists, those who are here in subsequent at the time. Now, often we confuse about the brand and the trademark. People say if you take the trademark, what is the GI brand and what is the trademark? What is the basic difference? Thus, to clearly understand with a brief concept, the geographical indications are to identify a good as originating from a particular place. By contrast, a trademark identifies a good or service as originated from a particular company. This is the basic difference between trademark and the GI tag. A trademark often consists of a fanciful or the arbitrary sign. In contrast, the name used as a geographical indication is usually predetermined by the name of a geographical area, a territorial confined, a locality. Finally, a trademark can be assigned or licensed to anyone. A trademark can be licensed or assigned to anyone, anywhere in the world, because it is linked to a specific company and not to a particular place. In contrast, but a GI may be used by any persons in the area of the origin who produces the goods according to the specified standards, but because of its link with the place of the origin, a GI cannot be assigned or licensed to someone outside that place or not belonging to the group of the authorized products. So GI is a specific area specific, a locality specific, it cannot be licensed, it cannot be given to anybody, anybody cannot be allowed to use in being in other part of the territory or manufacturing the same goods or the products. That is why we are going for the GI is having very specific requirements and it has certain advantages to the business obtaining the protection for the GIs. In general, GI is backed up by solid business management can bring with them like competitive advantage. If you are going for the GI, it will give us the business competitive advantage, more added value to the product, increase the export opportunities, and a strengthened brand. But why the GI is protected? Denote quality and the origin of the product. It specifies the quality of the product and the origin of the product. And it gives a good reputation of the product, preventing the products from the generic products, protecting the domestic market from the competitors. It creates a local specific, territorial specific brand value with respect to the product quality and its uniqueness. The legal protection and preventing from the unauthorized use, once we get the GI tag, it gives the legal protection and it prohibits being unauthorized use by anybody. If somebody uses unauthorized, then it can be the legal suit can be done against them. Benefits for the farmers and the local producers. The products manufactured by the local artisans and the farmers will have the good strong brand value. It can be exported, it can go to the national and international market. They can have a profitable business. They can make good earning out of that and boost the rural development. While the rural developed product, a product made by artisan, village level farmer, reaches to the international market, it is being used by the international customers. It is very high degree of satisfaction and it is a brand, very strong brand promotion of the rural credibility to the concerned rural community of the locality where this production from the originated is. And preserving local culture and resources provides complete information to the consumers. Consumers get the complete information. What is this product? Who has made it? How it is made it? What is its quality? What is the special characteristics? And in that way, this product's uniqueness is being well understood and the consumer or the customer takes to its confidence. When you talk about the branding strategies, why do you fail to commercialize GI products? Many of the cases because of the lack of the branding strategies. In fact, while we are applying for the GI, we do provide a lot of information. What is your brand promotional strategy? What is the future business development plan? What are the product uniqueness? What are the different tastes, comparison? with the local varieties of products. Anybody has already got the GI tag, how to get difference. All those data and informations, evidences do we provide, but it's not, but subsequent post GI grant, we are not able to focus to the brand promotional strategies, the quality and the consistency issues. That is why we fail to create brand value of that product. So branding strategies centering the geographical origin of the product can provide a basis of differentiating commodity products. And the use of such geographical indications can involve unique quality characteristics associated with a particular locality and quality images that is based on the history, tradition, and culture of the region. So adopt GI-based trademarks as a means of gaining a competitive advantages, and it protects the rights associated with such marks in order to sustain the source of the competitive advantages. So brand names allow producers to achieve market recognition, differentiate their offerings, and legal protection. So the brands are powerful symbols that reflect not only the image of the which manufacturer and advertising agencies, but try to imbue them, but also the cultural value in that in which they are being embedded. So the current Indian legal framework of the geographical indication needs to be strengthened to address quality control and consumer expectation. That is the major gap. We do not focus much on once the GI tag is obtained, though a lot of investigation has been made, a lot of analysis has been made prior to the grant of the GI, but post GI grant, we fail to consistently improve the quality. That quality control mechanism is not in being full-fledged force at its implementation. That is that we fail to give the confidence to the customers. That is a quality consistency is the biggest issue the post GI grants. That is what of my view. And one of the objective of the when we're talking of the Make in India, like the kind of slogans, the kind of the initiative, kind of the visions of our government of India is moving to Make in India movement or the mission successful, focusing on the traditional artisans and the products produced by the local farmers, village farmers, creating strong value with the quality. Only can foster such innovation, foster such of the strategies can make our dream realized. It can be fulfilled. So I can say the Make in India initiative will be successful if we really focus on the GI importance and the relevance and creating a strong value at its grassroots level. So GIs are perhaps the most ideal IP rights to foster and realize a program like Make in India. So now we talk about the current Indian legal framework of the GI needs to be strengthened to address the quality control and the consumer expectations by insisting on the multi-layered quality control systems as a precondition for the registration. Other important issues faced by GI producer bodies are market access and funding for the enforcement and marketing. That is also another issue. Market, like I can say, Odita Trust and Odita ma'am is here. Probably like this, there are many such people are here, many such agencies are here. Those who create a market linkage for the GI-based products. So they take these products, quality, its features, its characteristics, and its unique state, and communicate by different means to the national and international customer so that they take interest to buy these kind of products. And the other important issues, as you mentioned, that is a market access and funding for the enforcement of the marketing, the market linkage. Maybe the government of India is having a lot of schemes and opportunities, and the privilege now is emphasizing on the GI products. So this privilege has to be taken, and we must connect all these schemes and opportunities to the village level artisans and the village level farmers and the producers, so that these GI products can have a good value in the market. And still it is a greenhorn in GI protection. India must handle the producer bodies, look at successful models elsewhere and mold these to suit the ground realities of the protection and enforcement in the developing country. And as you were discussing the Kandhamal Haladi, Kandhamal turmeric, the GI was taken case by CTTC Bhubaneswar, and we are very much proud and thankful to all the officers from the GI and the people, those who in the state and the Kasam, Kandamal Apex Society for the Spices Marketing, who has also coordinated and supported us. And this, just I would like to inform, this was grant was given in the very first set of the time, I think exactly within 1 year of the time, because we have completely closely monitoring, we have made the field visit, we have discussed with the farmers, we have engaged the panel of experts in the inspecting committee, those who have given their valuable suggestions. We have made various analyses in the different labs, made a lot of comparison for the products which are already granted by GI and which are also producing the local varieties. With all this information, evidence and data, we have established the strong uniqueness of the Kandhamal turmeric, and we have given the presentation before the consumer and it was granted. And when you talk about the Kandhamal turmeric, as you know, many people I have seen, they are asking for being the different part of the country. They are asking for a Kandhamal because they have the impression it is having good curcumin percentage, which helps with the cancer eradication as a treatment, as the medicinal value of for the cancer treatment. Many people ask in personal, I have received many requests. I have also purchased some Kandhamal turmeric and supplied to them. So that is a kind of a perception, that kind of belief based on the scientific evidence analysis already exists. So this is Kandhamal turmeric having a lot of many uniquenesses like aroma. It is excellent dual percentage, having 5 to 6%. Color is golden yellow, and many of the turmeric producers, they take this ribosome and some of the turmeric and grind it and mix with it for getting a color. So it has a very good color. Taste is pungent and unique, is very useful, very good for the spices. That year while we are giving presentation, we are talking about Kandhamal haldi, har gृहिणी की पहली पसंद रसोई घर में. So it's the first choice of any housewife in its kitchen, because that is the beauty, that is the quality, that is the special characteristic, that is the uniqueness of the Kandhamal haldi. And it is curcumin is around 4%, oleoregime is 12.5%. It has good thickness, good due to its oil percentage, nearly 5 to 6%, and yield per cup is 800 gram per cup. Prices, it is hardly 70 to 80 rupees per kg. Durability of the turmeric powder is quite good. It is nearly 3 years. Production per year is 80 to 9 quintal. So the maturity period is 100 days. These are the different crop related issues and the data, the informations. Lot of analysis we have done over the informations we have captured. I think the time is running out. We have the many veterans on the GI. They have to speak. They have to share their knowledge and their opinions. They will give a lot of insights on the topic. So I don't want to consume any more time. With this, thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you, everybody. Namaskar. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your beautiful presentation. Friends, it is true that once you get the GI tag in your product, the brand value will enhance like anything. And sir has beautifully share his experience on Kandhamal haldi. So friends, now just we got the information that Chinna Raju Ji Naidu, because of some busy schedule, that he may not be able to attend. But on behalf of him, Prashant Kumar, Senior Examiner, GI Chennai, will join this webinar. So I request Prashant Kumar, Senior Examiner, GI Chennai office, to kindly unmute yourself and make presentation.
Thank you, Santosh sir, and thanks for Kasa for giving a wonderful presentation about the branding of GI products. To add on what sir has said today, hope I'm audible, right?
Right.
Yeah. To add on to what Mr. Kasa said, so the basic concept in the GI, people always get diluted. They always get confused with the concept of a GI with a trademark and with the traditional knowledge. So before going into that, let us understand what would be a GI, how does it difference from other IPR, so that the concept gets cleared and the products we would be able to register more products in near future. So what we define as a GI is any goods, and it's an indication which identifies a particular goods originating from a particular geographical area, and that area, the product has some uniqueness linked to that geography, because of which the product has a reputation. So this I'm telling in a brief language, saying that. So there are the three main criteria for a GI would be. First would be that there should be a linkage with the geographical area. Second is that there should be a reputation, and third is the what we call as a uniqueness. So how do we define what is the linkage with reputation? See, reputation of a product would differ in as per our sense. What we look into a GA product is that whether the product has a reputation. Reputation over here would mean a local reputation, that means within the district or a state, or a national reputation within the country, such as what we look in for other products, or the international reputations. So in case of local reputation, what I would be calling it as a reputation which the product would generate, that is within the local market. For example, Sambalpuri sarees or something, it's been well known to people within India and abroad also. And but the other byproducts, such as what we call it as Kandamar Haldi. If you see though the market in the international market, it may not be so this thing, there may be demand, but whether the reach of the people is there across India has to be looked into. So these are the various aspects what we look into. And in case of international product, what we look into is that the reputation which garners, such as Darjeeling tea and Basmati rice, which has an international reputation. As soon as you denote a name, a person would be able to identify the product coming from a particular geographical area over here. And next thing is that what is the essential attribute, what would be looking is that what is the linkage. So in case of any GI product, the main criteria is that it has to be linked with the geographical area. In case of agriculture products, there should be a direct linkage between the product, but whereas in manufactured goods, that is which includes handicraft, handlooms and textiles, any one of the process of the product has to happen in the geographical area, but it should have an influence on the product, on the uniqueness of the product. That is, it should have an impact on the product to qualify it as a GI. So this is the main criteria, and this is the one of the unique features of our act, wherein in case of foreign GI applications or the European concept, they give importance only for agri GIs. But whereas in India, we have given importance to handlooms and handicrafts. So we have included this concept wherein any one of the process can happen in the geographical area, but there should be a clear linkage between the geographical area. This is where the difference lies between the traditional product and the GI product. Though there are many products in India which have been traditionally done in a particular during occasions or in a region, but there is no direct influence of the product. I mean, there is no direct influence of the climatic conditions on the product. So this product does not qualify as a GIs. For example, if you take Mysore Bonda or Madras Rasam, though maybe there is a it denotes a geographical name, but because your product has been linked to a geography, it does not qualify as a GI, because these products have become a generic product because it can be done everywhere. So this is the basic criteria what we look into a GI or any application which has been filed. So this is the next point. Next point would be that uniqueness. Uniqueness would be that if you compare a turmeric, how, for example, if you take Kandamar turmeric, we have other turmerics which comes from other regions, such as we have from Vaigaon turmeric, from Maharashtra, we have Ero turmeric from Tamil Nadu, we have another another turmeric from which is coming from Northeast region, wherein though it is turmeric in general, how it would differentiate from one another, that has to be ascertained. Though there may be a common characteristics which have been available in in the turmeric, but due to the climatic condition or the process, there would be some variations in the content of physical characteristics of the product, which has to be proved. So these are the three main criteria for which a GI would be considered, and then the application would be moved ahead for registration. So in case of a GI, it is not mandatory that there should be a prefix or suffix of a geographical name. A GI can be either just an indirect GI or a direct GI. In case of an indirect GI, what happens? There should be a linkage with the geography. For example, Kandamar Haldi. But in case of direct GIs, Basmati, which is more enough, because Basmati, as soon as you say Basmati, the link or Feni, the people mindset would change that it is coming from the Indo-Gangetic region of India. So this is what is the impact of the product would be. This is what the nomenclature would be. What we have been seeing in our office is that people create a GI. No, cannot be created. It should have a reputation which should be in the minds of the people. Like sir said, like girls said that for GI there should be a branding. But GI is such a brand that which has been in existence in people's mind from n number of years. Till date, we don't have any brand ambassador for Kandamal Haldi, though it has been in practice for 200 or more than years. We don't have any brand ambassadors for Sambalpuri sari or the Ikat saris which are coming from Odisha. But even till date, people would prefer for this brand because of the quality which it has gained and the reputation of the product which has crossed across India also. So this is the impact of the GI, what we say, that this is a reputation which qualifies the product to registered as a GI. So these are the various aspects which we look into when an application is filed. Now coming into the portion of what is the next step. GI, we have a GI now. What is the next step? How to, if you want to do a registration, who can file an application? That will be the next criteria what we would want to discuss now. A GI can be filed by only an association of persons representing the producer group. Whom do you call as a producer group over here? In the GI definition, we include if in case of an agriculture goods, we include the farmers, and in case of agriculture and handicraft handlooms, the artisans and weavers. Also, we include the traders and the exporters also, because in GI we have to maintain the purity of the supply chain. So the even end user should be aware of what is the quality and the source from which the product is coming. So the producer definition as per the GI Act covers even a trader as well as an exporter also, including the producers. The next criteria comes in that who can file an application for a GI. So this association of producers, which should be in a registered body, it should always to be established by or under any body. Only that body can file an application for a GI. If any trust files, for example, an educational trust, whether an educational trust can file a GI application, no, because the object of the education trust won't satisfy. But if there is a trust which has been formed by the producers for their welfare or for the promotion of their craft, that association can become an applicant as per the GI Act. Next comes what are the required documents for filing of an application. Like I said, that basic thorough research has to be made. We can always say that GI is equivalent to like making a PhD thesis. In GI, you can have 1 or 2 theses. Wherein, for example, regarding the history, you can have 1 thesis. Like method of production, you have. So it's an amalgamation of 1 or 2 theses whenever we call it in GI. So because extensive research has to be made in case of origin. The origin of the product means what is the origin of the product? The history of the product has to be given. And this, whatever history of the product has been given, it has to be supported by a documentary proof. By just quoting any observed history, we won't accept it as a historical proof. It has to be proved by documentary proof. Only then the particular reference would be taken as a historical proof. In case of Orissa Rasgulla, the document which was said that it was given as during the Lord Jagannath Yatra, it has been given as an offering to Mahalakshmi by Jagannath as a gift to appease her. So this is given to her this thing. So this is a historical reference which was supported by a documentary proof. So this documentary proof had an impact on the GI, saying that the product existence from early days and it has a reputation. So this has to be looked into, that any proof or any document to be given to the GI registry has to be mandatorily a documentary proof. Next question would be that the method of production over here. So what is method of production? In case of agriculture goods, the good agriculture practices, from the seeding, the method of sowing, all the data has to be provided till the packaging period, so that the entire process, when the weeding would be done or when the harvesting would be done, what is the yield, what is the soil feature, what is the content of this thing, all these features has to be provided in the application. And the main portion is that the uniqueness, how your product is unique from other product. So if in case of Orissa Rasgulla, there was a differentiate between how it is different from a Bengal Rasgulla. So the people were able to easily identify. Even in case of Ikat also, we have Orissa Ikat, we have Pochampally Ikat, we have Rajkot Patan Patal also, which is an Ikat. How these all Ikats are different. So it has to be clear cut, and then technically it has to be proved that how these products are different from one another, so that we would be able to identify. By a layman also should be able to identify these products. Next portion comes the main and the this important portion is that the specification and description of the product. What specification means over here is that in case of a GI, what is the product, what are its features, and how it is differentiated from other products has to be clearly mentioned in the specification column. And this specification is the portion which is legally abiding on the court. Even in the court would see not the application, but the what is the specification of the product. In case of any injunction, if you want anything, the court would not go into a detailed application, but it would be going only to the specification of the product and would decide based on that. So we always request that the specification should be drafted precisely, so that all the inputs or all the characteristics of the products are mentioned in the specification. Next comes the portion of inspection body. So why a GI should have an inspection body? To maintain the quality, because GI assures three things: that a product comes from a particular area, the product has certain quality, and it is linked to a certain geographical area. So these are the three main criteria which has to be looked into. So an inspection body has to be formulated, and a structure should be provided that how this inspection body would work. But as on date, even in case of many GI products across India, the inspection body is still under consideration. That means they are still under working. It's not in force. It's still on the paper, but we have to make it work. So this is what is the in case of Indian scenarios. And next portion is that what are the other information which we look into a GI. So other information like who are the artisans who are involved into about themselves, if there is any human skill involved about the artisans. In case of handicraft goods or handloom products, the human skill would make a major impact. That a certain community of people who are working on this, who have got this practice of making this craft from their forefathers, would be all be having a bearing on the product, which has to be supported through documents, and there should be a proof that there is a certain practice which has been followed from since the age-old times, and they have a cultural relevance to the present industry also has to be shown. So these are the basic content of a GI application. So once a GI application is filed, the first thing is that the document, an application should be made to the GI registry office in Chennai with a statutory fee of rupees 5,000, and this application can be made online or sent through the post, and with the supporting documents. The said application would be examined by the examiner, and a pre-examination report would be issued for compliance for the deficiencies in the application. Upon compliance of this application, the next step is that the application would be placed before a committee of experts to evaluate the application, and this committee would consist of people from the experts in that field. In case of agriculture product, we would have professors or experts in the field who have knowledge about the product. They would be they would be made as the consultative group members. In case of textiles, the same as the such. So this and the applicant has to make a presentation before this committee, and based on the recommendation of this committee, an examination report is issued by the registrar. Upon compliance to this examination report, if the product is accepted, the application proceeds for registration. I mean, it proceeds for advertisement, and during this, and it is placed and it is advertised in the Geographical Indication Journal, and it is made available to the public to file their opposition, if any, for a period of 4 months of time. During this 4 months of time, if we don't receive any opposition or objection for the said application, the application would proceed for registration and the certificate is issued. Now, this is the basic procedure which we have in all the countries, but in India, we have moved one step ahead. because the products what we have been granting GIs or the products which we have is of a different sort. In a different sort means we have an industry where all the products which are come from mainly from the unorganized sectors. To safeguard these unorganized sector producers, what we have done is that we have incorporated this concept of authorized users. What do you mean by authorized users? That any producer of a GI, in case of a farmer, if a farmer is applying, he should be within the geographical area. In case of a trader, if he is applying, he should be procuring it from the genuine authorized users. That means if a trader, if a Haldi trader is procuring it from Kandamal, from Delhi if he is applying, even he can become an authorized user, but he should be procuring it from the genuine producers. That means who are authorized users for the farmers of Kandamal Haldi from the region demarcated in the application. Only then he can sell it as Kandamal Haldi. So this helps us to identify the supply chain of the product. And even in case of weavers also, even for example, in case of handicrafts and handlooms, a GI authorized user can be taken by a weaver also, a trader also, and even by an exporters also. So a weaver, a master weaver, or any person involved in the production of the product, GI product, can apply for registration of an authorized user over here. And the procedure is the same as the GI application, but we have simplified the steps over here. So earlier the fees was 600 rupees, but with the recent amendment of August 26, 2020, we have reduced the fee for we have reduced the statutory fee for filing of an GI authorized user application for 10 rupees, and we have it's a simple one page of application. The same has to be the application has to be supported through documentary proof that the concerned proposed producer is an authorized user of the particular GI product, such as in case of a farmer, he has to give us the land records and or any association proof or any document to say that he is a farmer of the said GI product, or any letter from any competent authority designating that he is a producer of such a product has to be submitted along with an NOC from the registered proprietor. In case if the registered proprietor fails to give an NOC, the applicant can mark a copy of the application to the registered proprietor with the proof that he has dispatched the copy to the registered proprietor, and with that proof, if he is able to send to the GI registry, then the GI registry would process that application, and we would ascertain the application. If the contents of the applications have been found to be right, then this application is processed, examined, and then notified in the Gazette. Even the authorized user applications is also made available in the website for, that means in the journal for a period of 4 months of time. And during this 4 months of time, if there is no opposition, then the authorized user registration certificate is granted. So this is in brief what is the concept of GI, the registration procedure in brief, and the registration procedure of authorized users. If anyone has any doubt relating to the concept or the procedures, I think I would be now able to help them out right now. So, hello.
Thank you very much, sir, for your presentation. And I request all the participants that if they have any query, they can type in the chat box so that we can have in the question and answer session, we will take their questions and queries. So with this, I would like to thank Prashant Kumar sir, Senior Examiner, GI Chennai office. Now, I request our
Mr. Sahu, with your permission, now it will not be fair if Mr. Prashant Kumar is more often he is really in GI office works like a mentor. He is the person who educates us from the time to time for every query, every time he is available. If you look at the GIs, Mr. Naidu and Mr. Prashant Kumar are true mentors. So every time we have myself, my colleague, Mr. Dr. Karthikeyan, we used to disturb him a lot, but he is very responsible. Thanks a lot for being here, Prashant Kumar sir. And please extend your support and cooperation. We are looking forward to go more number of applications for the state of Odisha. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Prashant sir, for your cooperation with us. So now it's a time that presentation is to be made by TK Raut sir, Deputy Director, Ministry of Textile, Government of India. So Raut sir, over to you, sir. You can
Yeah,
unmute yourself
thank
and
you
speak,
very
sir.
much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sahu. And can you please share my presentation I have mailed you because there
Sir,
is
you are
some
not able
technical
to.
snag in my laptop. That's a problem. Or otherwise, I would like to speak only on different issues. And thanks, Mr. Prasant, for sharing key information on GI registration. And I would like to thank the Ministry of MSME, particularly MSME Cuttack, for inviting me to this important workshop, which is a little more oriented towards Odisha products, I feel personally. And being a person who is associated with the GI facilitations for last 20 years, I am little more fascinated to the concept itself, and we have been supporting the different state governments and the different agencies in the process of GI registration since 2015. And so this is a really and wonderful experience to share my views with the friends from Odisha. And one thing that I would like to say to all of you that when other states like Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, even West Bengal are moving well ahead than Odisha in for facilitation of GI or registration of their products, we feel that we are lacking somewhere, particularly in Odisha, unique products are lacking somewhere. So this works or this type of capacity building programs would be very, very helpful to our fellow entrepreneurs, fellow artisans, and other stakeholders to come out and file their application and get the products registered under GI. And the question is that should we go for GI registration or not? This is a $1 billion question that everybody is asking. After 20 years of my work, even many people are asking me that what should be the what should be the concept and how to go about it and why should go about it. So my focus will be today how why GI matters and what should the Odisha products or producers should do to go for GI registration. And the third question that I would like to put forth to everybody, to myself as well, once the product is registered under GI, what should be the what should the producers do to bring the tangible benefit of GI registration for themselves? In fact, before that, I would like to share a small story. The story, not story, it is a reality. In fact, that when I started my facilitation, my involvement in GI way back in 2005 and 6, I had an opportunity to visit Pipili while going to Puri. In fact, during that time, I saw that the product is the Pipili applique is unique and it has a historical origin, and so the product can be registered under GI. But subsequently, when I saw in Mumbai, particularly during the Diwali time, the Mumbai market is flooded with the PPL applique type of products. You know that lamp shades and other products. So I was very excited to know whether these products belongs to PPL or not. So when I started to inquire about the origin of this product, many buyers or many sellers told me that this product has not originated from, we have not brought this product from Pipli. Rather, they have collected or purchased all these products from other parts of the country, particularly from Sivakasi in Tamil Nadu. So that in fact prompted me to help the people applique producer to go for GI registration of the product. But one thing that I would like to say, even if we have registered that product in 2006 and 7, But as of now, that product, the PPL applique is yet to reach Mumbai market even. Forget about the international market. Even if the Mumbai market, I think they are selling lakhs of or thousands of lampshades during the time of Deepavali, but still PPL applique is yet to reach the Mumbai market. Problem until and unless you reach the markets, then it is very difficult to get some tangible benefit functions. That is a point. That, but another point that I'm sorry that I could not able to share my presentation to all of you. Yes. Now
Sir,
you
now
asked
your
to
presentation.
discuss.
Hello. Sir, your presentation is ready. You
I
can
would like
present
to.
right now.
I will request you to please share it with the participants. And the second point is that when we started the journey for a GI registration of the unique products, particularly from Orissa, I will give little more emphasis on Orissa. I saw that there are many products in Orissa which need GI registration, GI facilitation, and handholding support after the GI registration, so that the artisans, the producers can get a good benefit out of it. So that's an important thing. But when we are talking about GI, many people, in fact, are a little confused about the status of GI as an IPR and the status of other intellectual property rights in the domain of intellectual property family. So therefore, I will give little more focus on. Can you please go to the next? So I am saying that when we started the work from the Banaras Sari and Brocade, so many newspapers, including National Hindu and other big newspapers, they published many editorials. And I saw many people have written that Banarasi brocade and sari has gone for patenting. And second thing is that once the product was registered, many people say that no, now the Banarasi sari and brocade got the patent from Government of India. So there is little confusion between the different components of the intellectual property rights, that how the GI and the many intellectuals are trying to link the GI to that of patents, to the trademarks, to the designs, and that is in fact creating confusions, and that need to be corrected, and that need to be clarified by people, particularly the stakeholders or particularly the resource persons, while deliberating and debating on this issue, because GI is a little different to that of other members of the family of intellectual property rights. And the second thing is that I in fact, Sahu Babu, can you please show the next slides? Anyway, so why the GI matters to the states like Odisha, and why should we focus more on GI than the for promoting and in fact leveraging the market share of these unique products of the country, of the state? The reason is that GI is providing, as Mr. Prashant has already told all of you, that GI is providing or emphasizing on three components. One is historical origin of the product. Second is the area of production. And the third is the uniqueness that has been derived from the geographical area or the climate conditions or the skill or human skill of the artisans or weavers. And that is very, very important. These three important components that GI is focusing for registration. And I think there are many products in Orissa. Since we have a Jagannath culture, and most of our products, traditional or cultural heritage products, are some way or other are associated with Lord Jagannath temple. Or since Odisha has a big tradition and big cultural value, and the cultural value is very old, so the getting historical origin of our products is not a difficult or impossible task. And second, most of these products are very unique. And since unique, so since unique and it is associated with the human skills and also with the geoclimatic conditions in case of agricultural products, most of the products are also eligible for registration under the geographical indications. And once once you are registering the product under the GI as an intellectual property rights, then the sky, I think the sky is the limit for the producers. They can leverage their products, they can commercialize their products, they can to the national markets, to the international markets, and also they can also brand it, or they can try to explore the brand value of these products both in international and domestic markets. Third thing is that the GI registry, in fact, I have done my one impact study for one of the product you might be aware of, that is Pochampali Ikat, and another product that is Chanderi Sari. I saw that the GI registration has benefited the producers of both the products, and I will show it that how the GI registration is in fact providing or creating a beneficial atmosphere for the producers and the other stakeholders, including the traders, entire the value chain actors in the process of marketing the products and in the process of getting new markets also. So therefore, GI in fact providing a very good leverage to the products, to the registered products. So that is one of the important component that one should try to go and register the product under GI. And a second point is that I will give some examples that why we should also register the products. That some international studies, in fact, since we are regularly interacting with many countries and the agencies of other countries, and many people are saying that the GI in fact bring about tangible benefits for the product in terms of increasing the quality of the products, in terms of increasing the income of the products, in terms of increasing the price of the products, in terms of attracting tourism to the GI registered product areas, and in terms of leveraging the brand value of the products both in domestic and international markets. That is one of the things. And second point is that when we are talking about exploring the brand values, the GI registered products are already brands. When we are talking about Sambalpuri Sari of Orissa or
Tapan
Pipili
sir,
Apli or
hello.
yes, yes.
Tapan sir, sorry to interrupt you, sir. Your presentation is ready. You can now show your presentation. The slide you want to move, you can inform us so that we will move that concern slide.
Okay, so can you please move come to slide number 20? Slide number 20. Next. Yes. So, no, next, that one. Can you go back one slide? Santoshji, can you, no, back. One back. This one. Sorry, there is a problem.
सर टिके फुल स्क्रीन कर दियंतु फुल स्क्रीन कर दियंतु
Yes, can you go to next slide, please? Huh. So one thing is that it has positive economic effect on production, price, profitability, income distributions, tourism. I'll give an example of Pochampally Eco. When we started the work in 2004, and then subsequently the product got registered in 2004. After registering that product, we saw that the when we did the past impact study in 2007, uh, uh, there only, the 2007, we saw that the price of the product has increased substantially. It has increased by 40%. Uh, and when it, in case of handlooms, when the price of the product is more or less stable, or that income of the weavers are declining, in that scenario, if the price of the product is increasing by 40% in the post GI scenarios, and that is a miracle to the producers, and that is an important achievement or important realization for the producers as a whole in terms of GI registrations. But second thing is that we saw that also come down to the Pochampally in terms of income also. But when you go to the international scenario, particularly the products which are registered in other countries and marketed across the globe, you will see that European Union is in fact dominating the GI registration. As of now, Europe has registered more than 30,000 products under GI. And second is that is the fast, they are the fast in implementing the GI, and also realizing the benefit of GI for the various products. I will give some examples of GI in Europe and how the products has achieved substantial benefits in the post GI scenarios. You see that this is the product, very small product. हमारा गांव में हमारा वहाँ पे in villages we are in fact cultivating chilies, and this is a product of France, and the product basically is a chili, and you will see that the price of that product has just doubled in the post GI scenarios after the registration of the product. Similarly, the number of producers has increased substantially in the post GI periods. So what happens when you are registering your product, when you are just trying to promote that product as by linking the product to that of GI, then there is every possibility that the employment will increase. Similarly, the price of the product is definitely going to increase, and when the price of the product increases, the income of the producers obviously or instantly increases, and that is the biggest realization. And similarly, if you go to the employment scenarios, the employment, I can guarantee you, as in case of Pochampally, as in case of Chanderi, as in case of Darjeeling tea, the employment of the product will increase. The reason is that when you are leveraging the GI, then definitely the demand of the product increases. When the demand of the product increases, you will have a demand pull scenario instead of a supply push scenarios. And when we are talking about demand pull scenarios, then when the demand of the product increases, the new producers will definitely join in the process of production, or the existing producers will hire more people in the process of production to increase their capacity. So that will increase the product employment scenario also. And similarly, the area of production has also increased in this case. Can you please go to, and one important thing is that this is a small product, and it is produced in a small village of France. And when the product got registered under GI, and you can't imagine that within a year, 6 lakhs people visited that center to see how they are cultivating that product. Can you imagine that a small village attracted more than 6 lakhs tourists to their center or to their place only to see how they are cultivating that and producing that product, and how they are in fact linking that product to the GI. So that is every possibility that when you are registering a product in particularly in rural India under the GI Act, and it will definitely fetch a better price, it will increase your income, and there will be some spillover effects in terms of attracting more tourists to that place, and also there is a spillover in terms of in terms of getting more employment opportunities for those products. And similarly, you see that there are many products. Why I'm saying is that I just want to give one message, pass on one message to all of you, that there are many products in Orissa which need registration, immediate registration under the GI Act. That is my point. You see that this is a product which again belongs to you, and that product when registered under this act, it immediately within the same year it in fact attracted about 20 to 30% more premium price as compared to similar products of other same country. So that it indicates that the GI has very good impact on price of the products. Next, can you go to next slide, please? So there are many products. In fact, I would not take much time. In fact, Europe has registered more than 1,000 varieties of one product, that is called cheese. आमे जोटा ओडिसा रे जनरली कहउछन जे छेना आउ रसगोला, in fact is a value added product of छेना. So Europe has registered more than 1,000 different varieties of cheese, that is the छेना. You can ओडिया रे आमे कहि परिबा. So from that angle, if you see that I can in fact say that Orissa is full of treasure troves and full of products which in fact eligible for GI registration. आपण जेकोसी गाँ को ओडिशा को जिबे सेठी आपण को किसी ना किसी नुआ प्रोडक्ट मिलिबो. आपण जेकोसी क्लस्टर को आर्टिसियन क्लस्टर को जिबे आपण सेठी गोटे यूनिक प्रोडक्ट आपण को मिलिबो आ सेठारु सेटा ओरिजिन हेची. From that angle, you will see that definitely there are many products which need registration on immediately registration for under the GI Act, and so therefore that is the reason I am saying that why that is the reason that I am just trying to pass on to the stakeholders that this is high time for all of us to work collectively for registration of this product under registration of more and more products of Odisha under GI Acts. Next. Can you please go to next slide? And this is the Pochampally that I was talking about. Can you please back to the Pochampally slide? This is the study. We have done an extensive study to establish whether GI has some impact on the registered products or not. You see, this is we saw that within 2 years of time, within 1.5 years of time, the income of the weavers increased by 36%. जो माने आपण जानि थिबे जो वीविंग कम्युनिटी जो हैंडलूम काम करूछन्ती से माने जानि थिबे जनरली in case of when we are talking about the income of the weavers, generally either it is stagnant or the growth of income is very less. But in case of GI registered products, handloom products, the income has increased, as it in case of Pochampally. Similarly, in case of price, it has increased by 13% within a year, and the production has increased by 5%. That is the reason I am saying that why production has increased, because there is a demand pull scenarios. So earlier, what happens in case of Pochampally, they used to sell the products to the intermediaries. They used to sell the products to the societies. They used to sell the products to the local agents. But when the product registered under GI, many people, in fact, visited the center to see, and that created a very big hype for the products, and that helped that product in the process of brand building. And as a result, what happened? The producers, particularly the weavers, are more motivated. They engaged more and more people. They also try to work an extra hour to get more money or increase their incomes. That in fact increased the product, the production by 5% within a year. And one thing that I would like to say, the prior to that, the registration of the product under GI, the production has been declining in that center. The price has been declining due to some region or other, due to the increasement, region related to increasements. And similarly, the income of the producers has also been declining. But that has been stopped due to the intervention of the organizations, the state governments, due to the our interventions, and due to particularly registration of that product under the GI. So next, can you please go to the next? So one important thing that I would like to say, that when we are talking about GI, we can't talk GI without EU. And in EU, what happens? In EU, the consumers are ready to pay a little more price for the GI registered products. I'm not saying that. The United Nations has done a study in 2003, and then subsequently they repeated that study in 2010. Both the studies says that the European consumers are ready to pay 10%, 10 to 20% more premium prices if you can prove the producer, you can prove that the product has originated from a particular geographical area, and this is the original product. Then the European consumers are ready to pay more. Registered product, that 20% of the Indian consumers are ready to pay more, 30% more premium price to the GI registered product, provided we are able to guarantee that this product is original and has originated from a particular region and a registered product. And another 10% of the producers are ready to pay 10% more for the GI registered products. That is a big finding that we are just trying to share this with the ministry, and will also try to attract the attention of the policymakers to that study, so that the in fact the appropriate policy decisions can be taken to link all the GI related products to the producers, to the consumers, so that the producers can get some benefits out of the GI registrations by marketing their products. Next. But one thing that I would like to say, only getting the certificates, only registering the products and getting certificates may not bring some benefits out of GI registrations. The reason is, if you are getting the certificates and putting it on your folders and trying to say that it has GI registered products, then definitely the product or the GI may not able to give you any benefits. You have to do something. You have to promote your products. You have to link your product to the appropriate markets. You have to leverage a brand promotion initiatives for the products, so that the consumers could able to know that your product is a GI registered products, or it is a original products, or it is a unique product. And third most important case is that thing is that you have to look into the infringement angles as well. What is infringement angles? As I have already told you, all of you, that the many products, the lampshades, the is being marketed not in the name of, it would be very helpful, and that can leverage the product, and that can increase in the brand promotions, and that can also fetch a better premium price to the producers of PPL appliques. But unfortunately, that is not happening. Then is that either the government agencies, producers are not focusing on that part. We are just thinking about the GI registration. And the time has now come that we have to think beyond GI. And we have prepared a detailed modalities on that. What we are saying that it is a post GI tips. It means that once the product is registered, that what the product do, what should the policy, what should be the stand of policymakers, what should stand or what should the initiative by the government developmental agencies like NGOs, like the civil society organizations, or like the Center of Excellencies, or like the institutions, those who are supporting the product producers in the process of enhancing their livelihood. So that post-GI initiatives need to be taken into consideration and need to be implemented by the producers and with the support of government agencies, with the support of government, with the support of other developmental bodies, those who are working on that. So I will just give some views. Initiatives, how to promote these products. You are aware of that government of India has come out with a collective logo for GI registrations for promoting the GI registered products and also help producers in the process of brand building of that product. But unfortunately, as of now, few producers, very few organizations are aware of these facts. I don't know how many of all of you are aware of the existence of such a logo. And second, so there is a need to identify the instruments, the components, the modalities that has already been developed by the government or has already been promoted by the different agencies or by the stakeholders for promoting your GI registered products. And that need to be taken care of in the process. And I think that in Orissa, very few people are aware of these facts, that there is a need to have a collective logo, to have a logo and which need to be promoted. Even if GI registry stipulates that we should have a logo for promoting our products, we are just registering it and we are not putting it in our products for marketing that product. So that need to be taken care of. And second thing is that in case of Pochampally, we saw that when we registered that product, after registration, in fact, we have some press briefings. We deliberately did the press briefings for by inviting many medias, inviting the international media to see that this is a registered product and this is a unique product, this is original product, and it has its own quality. It's unique. So therefore, the promotional activities need to be taken care of. And unfortunately, what happens that our artisans, our weavers, our producers are very they are not organized. They are in a very stage. So that is the reason they could not take up this initiative. But the state government agencies, government of India agencies like the Ministry of MSME should take care of this promotional activity. And second point is that the market linkage. As I have already told you that you need to develop a effective market linkage strategy. How to link the product to the markets. As I have already told you that we try to develop a effective market linkage for the Pochampally Ikat and Chanderi sarees. And we saw that in case of Pochampally Ikat, so in case of Pochampally Ikat, we try to link that product to the markets. So we facilitated the participation of the producers, weavers particularly, in a very important and very world famous exhibition called
Can host mute unwanted speakers?
Somebody mic is unmute. Please request to mute that mic.
No, the host can mute. No need to request.
Okay, sir.
नहीं
Okay, no problem.
विभु
Purnachandra Sahu
This is
Babu.
ना
Purnachandra Sahu Babu.
हाँ हाँ
Purnachandra Sahu Babu, please mute କରନ୍ତୁ ନିଜକୁ. Mute କରନ୍ତୁ.
this is a side effect of OBEX meeting. Anyway, anyway, the impact in market, what happens, since we saw that first we studied that we saw that the unique original product has a very good market in EU. So we try to link the Pochampally eco to that of EU markets. So we facilitated the participation of these weavers, the consortium or the producers group, in the Frankfurt exhibitions, which is very famous. So when they participated this in the exhibition of Frankfurt, you can't imagine that they attracted a beautiful, they attracted many buyers to that to their stall. In fact, you can't imagine the entire product of Pochampally was sold within say the total exhibition was for 10 days, but they sold the entire product within 2 days of that exhibition. You can't imagine. So that in fact helped them to link the product to the international market like EU. So there is a need that we need to identify the market, and the second thing is that we should prepare a mechanism to link the product, registered products, to that market. And another thing that I would like to say that while linking the product to the market, you should ensure that the product is adequate marked or adequately visualized that it is a GI registered products, and that would enhance the process of these products. So when you are marketing or when you are linkage to the products to a new market, then emphasis should be given how to visualize the registration of the product, how to visualize the uniqueness of the product, how to visualize the originality of the product to the buyers, and that can be possible with the help of a logo, with the help of a slogan, or with the help of a banner, or with the help of a pamphlet. So therefore, it is very necessary that you should the producers should look into that aspect while giving the adequate market linkage. And the next point, I will give some example. You might be aware of that that there is a famous toy of Karnataka, and which is called Kondapalli Bamalu. You might be aware of. All means in Kannada language, Prasanji can help me, that they used to say toy as Bamalu. So what happens after registering their products? There are small toys they are manufacturing, but they immediately put a sticker on that toy citing that this is a GI registered product. The GI number is this. So when they are packaging the products, they used to put that logo on that this is a GI registered product. You can't even that when they try to give that their cards to other. In fact, they printed that in their vegetarian card. This is a GI registered product and unique in nature. And you see that the product has attracted the attention of many buyers, and now this is become a brand. And you might be aware of that now when we are preparing the regulations, we have started excluding those products, GI registered products from the purview of that regulations. So what happens, and that in fact government is trying to help the producers. So what I intend to say that in the process of brand promotions, we have to use different instruments, different modalities, different ways and means to in fact reach out the consumers and tell them, communicate to them that this is a GI registered product, and this is the product which in fact originated from a particular region with good unique qualities. So definitely consumer would be happy to pay a better price or premium price to that. So that aspect need to be taken care of. And in case of Odisha, in fact, I started that work for people applic. And in fact, we tried to link that product to some of the internet, in fact, to export markets. but unfortunately due to some different issues or difficulties, we could not able to do that as of now. In fact, it may be difficult to divulge that in forum, but still I am hopeful that one day I will definitely do that. And coming to another issue, and which is in fact the main crux of GI regulation, that is the containment of infringement. Containment is nothing that you have to stop the counterfeits from the market. You have to stop the copying of that market. So then you will able to realize a better premium price from the consumers. I would give one example. Again, in case of Chanderi sari, what happens? There are some companies in South. They manufacture power loom products, similar type of products, similar type of prints, and they used to sell that product in the name of South Chanderi. Can you imagine that Chanderi sari in fact originated from Madhya Pradesh? But when it comes to South, they to get the premium price associated with Chanderi, they started marketing the duplicate products in the name of South Chanderi. So to stop that, we take some actions. We in fact initiated the dialogue with the state governments of the South India. We identified the producers. We in fact producers of counterfeits, and then we try to initiate the legal action against them. And that is very, very important thing that I would like to say, that when we are talking about legal actions, you have
Tapan sir, your voice is not audible now. Please unmute yourself. I think. Hello. Hello. Tapan sir, hello.
No, Prashant over here.
Sir, Tapan sir has, I think, disconnect. Some problems they happen.
I think we're giving examples of the cases which are
due procedure for technical to in fact level GI products, and that need to be taken care of. We have sensitized government of Madhya Pradesh to take the infringement action against the counterfeits of Chanderi sari. We have sensitized government of Andhra Pradesh, and even party. We in fact filed the case for of the counterfeits of Pochampally Ikat. And in case of Odisha, I think there is a lack of awareness, or maybe the institutional mechanism is not in place to go for that. So therefore, it is very important that we should also think about the infringement actions against the counterfeits, and until and unless we talk about the infringement actions or we stop the counterfeits, it may be difficult to in fact go for or try to have a better leverage or better brand promotion or better price realization for the GI registered products. And coming to in fact indirectly, I have already covered the commercial aspects. As I have told you that if you are going for GI registration, then you will have a better price. And if you are going for GI registration, we can visualize a better employment opportunity for the producers, and a better production, better quality management, and better brand value for the products. And while going for the commercialization of the products, it is very, very important that you have to take care of the initiative, what we say that post-GI initiatives, provide a better market linkage to the products. And for providing better market linkage for the products, there are many agencies, there are many organizations, those are ready to support you free of cost without charging anything. And coming to the linking the product to the brand, what I suggest you that once you register the products, the second point is that you should allow or you should facilitate the registration of the producers as authorized users. And once you register the producers under the authorized users, it is very necessary that you should unite them. They are fragmented. They are doing individual business and they have their own business strategies. And it is necessary that you should bring them to a single fold for promoting the GI registered products. That is very, very important and challenging. And I in fact tried in case of Pochampally, in case of Pipila Applique of Odisha, in case of Khandwa Sari of Odisha. But unfortunately, what happens, it is very difficult that to bring all the weavers, all the artisans, all the producers to a single fold. And so that is a big challenging work. And I think in case of Odisha, the Ministry of MSME under the leadership of Dr. Sao can play a major role in this. So it is very important that we should form a consortium and try to have to link all these producers to that consortiums and give the shape to that consortiums, and which can take up all the infringement actions and commercialization aspect as brand promotion aspect of the registered products. Second point is that once you have a forum or platform for commercializing your products, for brand value of the products, or for ensuring the quality of the products, it is very important that you should adopt a single strategy of branding your product. As I have told you that effectively everybody should use with a defined procedure, with a defined standard procedure. And when I am talking about standard operating procedures, the artisans, weaver, the producers may not be able to know it, but the government agencies, the developmental agencies are well aware of that fact. So therefore, they should support them that to define their how to go for marketing or commercializing the products. The first thing that I would like to say that is you should develop a logo, and if you have registered the logo under GI Act, then please develop a modality and use that logo in each and every original products, so that the product can be distinguished from the infringed products. At the same time, your product can also go for brand. You can go for a brand promotion, and your product can get the benefit out of it. And third thing that I would like to say,
Sir,
that
sorry
when we
to
have
interrupt.
registered the
Tapan sir, sir, please conclude within 1-2 minutes.
I'll take 2 minutes only. So second thing that I would like to say that GIs should be a passion for registered producers. What I want to say, when you are talking to somebody, please to share the status of the product, that your product has been registered on GI. When you are marketing your product, please pass on that this is a GI registered product. When you are selling the products, please do that. When you are visiting some places, please to try to communicate at least that this is a GI registered product. Very, very important thing that the producers should do that. We government agencies for them, but effectively the producers has to take the initiatives, and they should take up these issues. And thing that I would like to say that please try to identify the markets and try to link that your product to the effective and the potential markets. I will give one small example. We did a small study in South Africa. South Africa में आपको पता होगा there is a product called Lucknow chicken craft of UP. And when we did a small study in South Africa, we saw that South Africa market can attract $165 million of Lucknow chicken craft. It means if we export $165 million of chicken products to South Africa, then there is a market for it. So therefore, there is a need. Now they are working on that to link the product to the South Africa. For Odisha product, first what I can say that we should try to explore the domestic markets. And once we explore the domestic market, it is very important that we should try to link the product to the international markets. And that would be thinking about the brand value of the products and effective link the product to this unique product to the international and domestic market. Thank you very much.
Presentation. Thank you very much, Tapan sir, for your beautiful presentation. I request all the participants that I admit that because of some technical issue, we are not able to present the presentation of sir, but it is available with us, and those who are interested to get that presentation, they can just simply put a word to my number, mobile number, simply say hi to my WhatsApp number. So we will share this presentation to you, or you can mail us to our office mail ID. Now it's a time for presentation by Dr. Anita Sabat, who is the Management Trustee Odita Trust and Director Sabat Export. Over to you, madam. Madam, please unmute yourself and speak.
Namaskar. Thank you so much for arranging this webinar and for inviting me. It's wonderful to have GI experts from the GI registry, Shri Prashantji. Lovely to have you here. Dr. Karo from CTTC, great to listen to you. Shri T.K. Raoji from the Ministry of Textiles. Wonderful to listen to all the commercialization aspects and all the GI experts. I can see Zaida Mullah ma'am is there, who had helped us for our Rasagulla GI registration, and all the others who have joined in. We have some producer groups, some people who want to get their products registered. Many of them have joined in, and some from the potential GIs, and others I can see very encouraging responses in the chat box. It's really nice that people are thinking of GIs and how to take this forward. So I'll be just sharing a presentation. So then we can see what we can do further ahead. Prashantji has been very kind and helpful, both Naiduji and Prashantji, because they have helped us actually to register as the first GI authorized user for Odisha ICAR. So our company is the first GI authorized user. So can you see my presentation right now?
Yes.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Your presentation is visible.
I'll be mostly sharing about the GIs of Odisha. So Odisha has a lot many GIs which need to be known by all. So this is a webinar, and thanks to MSME DI for organizing this. Shri Sahu and Shri Santosh Kumar Sahu, thanks for making this possible. So our incredible India has invaluable treasures, and Odisha is just one of the states. So Odisha has a rich history and culture. We have the Sadhava Puas. Sadhava Pua means the merchants or traders of Odisha who used to take our goods to Southeast Asia and to other nations. So this is the Patachitra which shows the Boita. But people do not know about this. There's a lot of culture, history, tradition. All this can be known only when people are informed. Then they'll become aware. And only when they become aware, they will take action. So this comes under the intellectual property. So what is IP? It refers to the creations of the mind. So IP consists of this trademark, patent, copyright, industrial design. The GI is one of the IP. So it's a sign used on products that have a specific geographical origin and possess qualities or reputation that are due to the origin. So it's a community right. GI will be given to a particular community who has been associated with it, as we have already heard the experts, Shri Prashantji and Dr. Karas said it has to be based with a reputation, and it is an agricultural natural manufactured product. It's awarded this GI tag to protect the manufacturers, producers who are producing these goods from the definite geography. So this comes under the DPIIT, which is the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So Intellectual Property India office is there. Under that, the GI registry is there. And this is the logo. You can see the logo. We have put it on our flyer too. So it is Atulya Bharat Ki Amulya Nidhi or Invaluable Treasures of Incredible India. So products can be agricultural, manufactured, handicrafts, natural or food stuff. So GIs will help to project and promote and our products, and the GI tag can ensure that we pay for the authentic product and the genuine producer gets benefited. Now on the screen you can see some products. If I will show you these products and I'll ask you to identify the state. Can you do that? Can you see? Can you say what is the name of this product or this product? All these have got the GI tag. So these are some of the handicrafts GIs. So handicraft includes this handlooms as well. So apart from that, agricultural product, and this is handicraft again. So all these are the GIs of Odisha. But hardly people will be aware of their names. But if I show you this and if I ask, then most people seeing Rath Yatra, they know that it is of Odisha. So Odisha Rasgulla earned the GI tag last year. Like Prashantji said, we submitted all documents. In fact, this is the Dandi Ramayana, which is 15th century document, which has the word Rasgulla in it. So Odisha has 17 GIs so far, which includes Kotpad Handloom, Odisha Ikat, Konak Stone Carving, Odisha Pattachitra, Pipli Applic Work, Khandwa Sari and Fabrics, Gopalpur Tussar Fabrics, Ganjam Kioda Ru, Ganjam Kioda Flower, Dhara Pathar Parda and Fabrics, Sambalpuri Bandha Sari and Fabrics, Bonkai Sari and Fabrics, Habaspuri Sari and Fabrics, Barampur Patta Sari and Joda, Araku Valley, Arabica Coffee, Kandhaman Haladi, and Odisha Rasgulla. So this we have been trying to promote this. So this was this year during the Rasgulla Mahotsav organized by OTV. We showcased all the logos of the GI. Some of the products are yet to get logos. So once a product gets a GI, its name comes in the GI application register, which is really good because with the rest of the invaluable treasures of incredible India, we get added to that. Then these are some of the products in which here you can see Kandhaman Haladi and Odisha Rasgulla as well. Rasgulla was the last GI of Odisha. So, so far we have 370 GIs from India, and all this once a product gets, then its name comes, and right now this one application has been developed. Then on the website you can even check the places where that particular GI is being done. So out of 370, Odisha has 17 GIs, though we have 50 registered handicrafts and we have 30 districts. So if we go for ODOP, then we can have one district, one product. Then out of 17 total GIs, we have 12 handicrafts, 3 agricultural, 1 manufactured and 1 foodstuff. I saw that there's keenness for rice. Many people say the name Orissa, the previous name Orissa, the rice name is Orisa Sataiba, and Orissa name has been taken from rice. Some people say that. There are historical, these Britishers have written that. But so far we have not earned a single GI for rice. It is agricultural is the Ganjam Kyoda flour, Kandhamal Haladi, as well as the Ganjam Kyoda flour and Kandhamal Haladi we have got for agriculture, and the Araku Valley Arabica coffee, which is shared with Andhra Pradesh, that the coffee board has given. So now we are promoting government is promoting indigenous toys, and government is also promoting vocal for local, vocal for GI, and local for global, all this. So here you can see these are the GI crafts, and these are handicrafts which are this toys and dolls. So government is going to have an exhibition in February next year, upcoming exhibition for that. These are the registered GIs which can be considered as toys. However, not a single toy from Odisha is there in the list. So this Prashantji had shared, so I'm sharing this these images from him. So you can see there are so many crafts and toys, but Odisha doesn't have. So now this knowledge about local and GI products isn't much. Even in Odisha, we do not know our own local products, though they are so famous. Maybe though that area people know, and a few people who know the crafts they know, whether it is crafts or even this rice or say fruits like pineapple, maize. All these are very good, rich crafts and agricultural products, and all our foodstuffs are available still. India and the world need to know about that. So we need presently to know about our own what all we have. So for that we need education. This in books and magazines, the information should come. There should be research, documentation. In the library, the books should be present, and children should be encouraged to read. Museum should have the information to the showcase everything. Then films, documentaries, we want availability in shops, because the GI products are not available even in the shops. They are available in that particular area. Now you have to go, though, and they have got the GI. Then value addition is needed, how we can make it better. For example, we have this coconut crafts, we have betel nut also, whether it is pan, betel leaf, that is there. Betel nuts are there, so we try to make value addition by painting on betel nut and making earrings. So, but this is not yet GI of Odisha, but still we are seeing how we can promote the local products. Then workshops, live demonstrations can be there, webinars, seminars, performances, exhibitions, events. There are many potential GIs, but first we need to know what are the details of the manufacturers, the producer groups, association, society. So once we have that ready, then we get this product origin, historical documents, books, gadgetiers, where all information about that GI, the potential GI is available. Then we need to see, suppose it is a handicraft, then how it is prepared, what are the skills there, what is the geographical area where it is being done, because some products are done in multiple districts also. So who all can come? Then of course the inspection body who will check whether it is being done or not. So for this we need the help of many. Apart from the producer group, we need the academia, the researchers, scholars, scientists. They all need to come together, because this documentation is very important. We need to put as much information as we can and submit total information in our GI application. So this is the authorized user application which we got. So this is also thanks to Prashantji and Naiduji, because this party certificate we were not aware, though we have been working for GIs for long. We didn't know that even us who are procuring from that area, though we are not direct manufacturers, we can apply for authorized user. So authorized user is the person from whom you can rely on the goods, because it was authentic, and we try to present the best from Odisha. This is our website, www.utkalamrita.com. Utkalamrita is our brand of Sabat Export. So here you can see the various saris of Odisha. So recently this sari was in the news. So this is the commercialization of a GI. Though I won't say that many people would know, many people wouldn't have even heard the term Sambalpuri Bandha. Bandha means ikat. Odisha ikat has also got on the GI tag, but Sambalpuri Bandha is a type of ikat. So Odisha has a variety of ikat which I've got, including Khandua, which is also an ikat. So this Sambalpuri Bandha was Vidya Balan wore it for her Shakuntala Devi movie e-promotion. Then many people came to know of this, and it was popularized. Then we also had an e-auction. In this e-auction, Debanji Mishra, an IITian, she purchased it, and she paid 55,000 for the sari, the entire amount of which we transferred to Bhagwata Meher, who is the weaver of the sari. So now we got to learn that Prafula Meher, who is the designer of the sari, he had come to our office and he said now there are 40 looms which are making that particular Sri Ganita sari that has mathematical symbols all over. So you can imagine how much employment it has generated just because she wore it. But then it was also published widely and all these news channels carried it, but they carried printed. You can see it is hand woven, it's not printed, it's handloom. So we need to give that information to everyone that it's hand woven, made with hand, human skill is there. Then in Amazon also, the sellers are selling and they do not know they are selling the wrong, either the spelling they are providing, because this is all, the sellers are responsible for the information they provide to the online marketplaces. So here, Odisha spelling, you see, the previous spelling was ORISSA, now it is ODISHA. Then some saris like Khandua sari, they are showing as Sambalpuri, which is wrong. So this sari is actually the Khandua sari, which has also got GI. So all this information, sellers are responsible. So once we have correct information, this is first GI store of India, it is at Goa airport. So once we have correct information, only then we can project it, right? So correct information needs to be shown so that everyone will be aware. This is of the BRICS GI conclave, which was at Delhi. So this was last year, the GES Global Exhibition on Services. So here we had delegates from all over. She's from Vietnam and she's wearing our this. We got Pattachitra done on the stole. So this is of the IITF. So 2 years ago there are some GI experts, including Sri Naidu, and their government Ministry of Commerce and Industry. This was the first time they had a GI exhibition. This is again of the GES, but here you see this Odisha Ikat and Odisha Pattachitra. Here the spellings are different because the earlier spelling, previous spelling was ORISSA and spelling has been changed from 2011. But still we continue using that spelling. But then now the logo for this Odisha Pattachitra, the logo has been changed. Earlier there was one and then again the application was given and now it has, on the logo it is ODISHA. So this is, I feel personally it is creating confusion, even though the sellers are yet to use this logo and also the GI logo. So we need to have a uniformity in the spelling. So one district, one product is fine, and we need to see how we can get more districts, because each district has unique products and people do not know, they need to become aware. Then tradition, culture and heritage, this is one way of projecting that. It can also, like Raut Babu showed, it helps for this GI tourism and for providing employment. Then everyone will get to know our history, culture and story. So once before we celebrated Rasola Divas in 2015, many people were not aware that Niladri Vijay is there. It's the last day of Rath Jatra. It's a continuing tradition. From so many centuries it is being celebrated. And Rasogolla is associated. Similarly, there are many other stories associated, like Rasabali, the sweet is there of Kendrapada. There's a Baldev Jew temple. There it is offered every day. That Rasabali, one dish is there. It's also made with China. So correct representation is needed. So once we know, we need to be sure of the information that we are providing, because we are responsible for what we give. Then, as I said, value addition is needed, like products, how better we can market them. Now, masks we can use. So that's value addition. How, like only ikat cannot be just limited to sari or say stole or jacket. We can also make tie. We can make this mask in other ways. Then it's needed to learn and share buy, use and gift local and GI products, use correct spellings and information, and create GI awareness. Like that, which is why such webinars are very important. And because now there is webinar, we have been planning to have a proper GI meet out here in Odisha, because first people need to know. Then once they know, they'll feel proud, and then they can proudly be brand ambassador, because everyone has to use this vocal for handmade and be projecting them correctly. So this was last year at the GES. So here you can see all the products, including Odisha. We would like to see more products in the list, which will be wonderful. So that brings me to the end of my presentation. I want to end it fast, and I would like Sam Babu to please invite Zaida Mullah ma'am also, who's there with us, and other GI experts. They should be given a chance to speak to.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your presentation. And madam, you shared one name. If that person is
thank
available.
you very much. Santosh, thank you very much. And some questions, 2 to 3 questions. Thereafter, you please listen.
Okay, sir, I am referring some of the questions. Some of the informant is seeking some information regarding commercialization of GI product. Madam has already told, and lot of work has to be done in that regard. And what the example of Goa has given a wonderful example, that in airport a GI store should be open, so that in every airport GI is happened in Goa, every state a GI store should be open in the airport, so that people will exposure to GI product. One of the person is asking why is it you have not been able to secure a GI for PPP applique work?
Actually, we already have 50 applique work GI. We already have. I showed it in my presentation. I went too fast. Maybe you missed that. I showed the photograph also.
Right, madam. We already received that GI.
Yeah. Actually, Raut Babu was associated with that. Am I correct, Raut Babu? You got that PPP applique work application done, right?
Exactly, he pointed out in his presentation also. He mentioned it in his presentation also.
Yeah.
So, PPP applique is one of the first products registered under GI. And for everybody's kind concern, PPP applique आमे जो फाइल करिथलो आमे गुटे 1600 पेज रो एप्लीकेशन फाइल करिथलो. That is the longest largest application file before the GI registry. And in fact, I had an opportunity to work on that personally. तो हमने historical origin is PPP applique रो जेति की extract करिथलो, that was in fact wonderful. And we have published a study documentation report on that PPP applique, and that is available in our Bhubaneswar office, and it is available with us. So if somebody is interested to see that, we would be happy to share it free of cost.
Thank you, sir. Another question we have received: can a government of India research laboratory can apply for become an inspection body for a specific domain of craft? Say the metal craft. Somebody has asked.
Should I answer the question?
Yes, sir.
In fact, as per the GI Act, that we should have a inspection body consisting of more than one organ who could oversee the quality aspects of the and try to ensure the quality of the product as stipulated in the GI application. So therefore, they can also be a part of that inspection body. I think that what I can suggest that more than one organization should be there in the inspection body. Take for example, some producers should be there. State government agencies should be there, those who are working for the development of the craft, and scientific or research organizations should be there, and some qualifications bodies should be there, should be a part of that inspection body, so that every aspect can be taken care of.
Okay, thank you, sir. So,
Dr. Sabath and other friends, can I make a point?
okay, sir. Sanjay sir, okay, please.
I must.
Welcome, Dr. Panda. Welcome, Dr. Panda. Dr. Panda was the ex-secretary of Textiles Ministry. Very nice to have you here, sir.
No, I must compliment and congratulate all those who are associated with the organization of this discussion. It is extremely informative and useful. I have just one suggestion. That suggestion is, the biggest problem of our country is unemployment of the youth and unemployment of the educated youth. And this problem has become more acute with the COVID-19. So I would suggest that whenever you are having discussion on GI, please consider encouraging people to have their startup. Under Atmanirbhar Bharat, MSME Ministry and state government is doing that thing for encouraging startup. So we must give emphasis to that startup because it will take our discussion to its logical end. You see, we have some craft, no doubt it is good. GI registration is also extremely good. But the point is that we must think the next step, that is to link the primary producer with the consumer. And I have earlier complimented Dr. Sabath and her sister that Sri Ganesh Sari and other thing. You see, even if 200, 300, 2000 looms started working on Sri Ganesh Sari, it is an encouraging thing. Let us, give work to our weavers. So best part of, one thing I am telling you about startup. Second thing I am trying to mention is online marketing. You see, I am interacting with students of NIFT. In fact, for the last 1 month, I have series of discussion. Yesterday, I was with a discussion with NIFT Kangra. Then I had a discussion, a webinar with, startup dealing with handloom handicraft of, young entrepreneur who are based in Canada, London, and other places which NIFT Patna had organized. You see, there are many people who want to join this thing. So that is my request to you. And I thought I must compliment you and make this request. Request I will again reiterate is that we must encourage startup and we must encourage online marketing. So that would help if, like Dr. Sabath and also MSME department, if you try to demystify that what are the government schemes and how online marketing can be done. It is just a suggestion. Thank you. So it is over. I have talked. I have made my point. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful suggestion. And we also try to do that, go with that points. So now, any further any query by any entrepreneur? Most of the entrepreneur is seeking some presentation, and just I would like to inform you, if they want presentation, they can simply contact me over my phone number or link, or contact our office. We will give the presentation. So no issue about the presentation. So now we are going to conclude, and I request my colleague Sri Jagdish Kumar Sahu, Assistant Director, MSME Development Cuttack, to present the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Since we are coming to the end of this webinar, so I would like to thank all our participants and speakers. First of all, I would like to thank Sri Prasant Kumar, Senior Examiner, GI, Chennai office, for his presentation, for sharing valuable experience on GI and the procedures of GI. Thank you, Mr. Prasant Kumar. Next, I'd like to thank Sri T.K. Raut, Tapan Kumar Raut, Deputy Director, Ministry of Textiles, for giving a nice presentation on GI and also discussing various points related to GI. So thank you, sir. Next, I'd like to thank Dr. Anita Sawat, Managing Trustee, Odita Trust, for her experience, for her presentation. She has worked very hard on GIs of Odisha, and we are looking forward to her participation in upcoming webinars. Thank you, ma'am. We would also like to thank Sri Dr. S.K. Kar, Head IPFC Central Tool Room, Bhubaneswar, for addressing the participants. We also thank Dr. S.K. Sahu, Director in Charge, for sharing his view, and we also thank all the participants for their for sparing their valuable time, and thank you all.
So we conclude our today meeting. Thank you. Yes.